The South China Sea is a hotspot of tension. On August 11, 2025, near Scarborough Shoal, a Philippine Coast Guard ship delivering aid was blocked by two large Chinese vessels. The Chinese ships tried to trap the Philippine vessel, but collided with each other instead. The impact left both ships damaged, a public blunder for China. The incident showed how quickly things can spiral out of control in these contested waters. The United States responded swiftly to the collision and China's aggressive maneuvers. With a defense treaty binding it to the Philippines, the U.S. sent two warships, the USS Higgins and USS Cincinnati, near Scarborough Shoal. Their mission to conduct freedom of navigation operations and signal that these waters remain open to all, not just China. The American ships operated within sight of Chinese vessels, sending a clear message of deterrence and support for the Philippines. No further incidents occurred, but the U.S. presence was unmistakable. The deployment was both a show of force and a reassurance to allies. U.S. officials, including Ambassador Mary Kay Carlson, publicly condemned China's reckless actions. The response combined diplomatic condemnation with visible military power. This two-pronged approach was designed to warn China and reassure the Philippines. The message: the U.S. is watching and will uphold its commitments in the region. The world saw that America's support for its allies is more than just words. The U.S. presence raised the stakes for any further escalation. In the South China Sea, every move is closely watched, and every signal matters. The U.S. made it clear, aggression will not go unanswered. Scarborough Shoal may look insignificant, but it's a global flashpoint. Located 140 miles from the Philippines, it's a vital fishing ground and a strategic gateway in the South China Sea. Whoever controls the shoal can monitor and potentially control one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. Trillions of dollars in goods pass through these waters every year. Any conflict here could disrupt global trade and raise prices worldwide. The dispute is also about international law. In 2016, a tribunal ruled against China's sweeping claims, but China ignored the decision and built up its military presence. For the U.S. and its allies, this is about defending a rules-based order and preventing any one country from using force to dominate its neighbors. Recent incidents, water cannons, ramming, and even bladed weapons show how dangerous the situation has become. The Philippines has warned that a fatal incident could trigger its defense treaty with the U.S., risking a wider conflict. The stakes are enormous. Peace, trade, and the credibility of international law all hang in the balance. The world cannot afford to ignore what happens at Scarborough Shoal. This tiny reef is a test of global resolve. What happens here could shape the future of the entire region. After the collision and U.S. intervention, the South China Sea is quieter, but the tension is deeper than ever. The world is watching China's next move. Will it de-escalate or double down to save face? Allies like Japan and Australia have joined the U.S. in urging China to respect international law. More military posturing is likely, with warships and aircraft from both sides testing each other's resolve. Diplomats hope to prevent a single mistake from spiraling into conflict. The Philippines has called for China to follow anti-collision rules, but a long-term solution remains elusive. China shows no sign of backing down, and the Philippines is more assertive than ever. The two sides are fundamentally opposed, making compromise difficult. The situation is fragile and unpredictable. The recent collision was a product of deliberate aggression and a warning of how quickly things can escalate. The U.S. response was firm, but it also risks further escalation. The future of peace in this vital region depends on choices made in the coming days. The key question: can this cycle of confrontation be broken before it leads to a conflict no one wants?